If you're a die-hard fan of the Los Angeles Dodgers, you might want to sit down for this one, because what just happened has completely shaken the fanbase. And honestly, nobody saw it coming. This is one of those moments where the entire MLB world just pauses and says, "Wait, what just happened?" And before we dive deep into this shocking development, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel because we're bringing you the most explosive Dodgers news the moment it drops. So here's the situation. Reports started surfacing late last night, and within minutes, they spread like wildfire across social media. Fans were confused, insiders were scrambling, and even analysts seemed caught off guard. Then came the official confirmation from the Major League Baseball sources: the Dodgers have made a move that nobody expected, and it involves a sudden and unexpected departure that could seriously impact the team moving forward. Now let's break this down carefully, because the details here matter more than ever. This wasn't just a routine roster adjustment, or a minor transaction buried under the radar. This was a major decision that caught even the most plugged-in insiders by surprise. The kind of move that sparks questions not just about what's happening right now, but what this means for the future of the Dodgers organization. What makes this even more shocking is the timing. We're talking about a moment in the season where teams are usually locking in, focusing on chemistry, building momentum, and preparing for the long grind ahead. Instead, the Dodgers have just disrupted that rhythm with a move that feels sudden, emotional, and possibly strategic all at once. Fans immediately began speculating. Was this about internal conflict? Was it performance-related? Was it financial? Or is there something bigger happening behind the scenes that we're not seeing yet? Because when a franchise like the Dodgers makes a move this unexpected, it's almost never random. Now let's talk about the individual involved, because this is where things get even more intense. This wasn't just any player or staff member. This was someone who had become part of the identity of the team, someone fans had grown attached to, someone who played a role in shaping the recent success and direction of the Dodgers. Social media reactions have been absolutely wild. Dodgers fans are split right down the middle. Some are shocked and emotional, feeling like this decision came out of nowhere and questioning the front office. Others are trying to stay calm, trusting that the organization knows what it's doing and that there's a bigger plan in motion. And then there are those who believe this could be the beginning of something even bigger. Because let's be real, when the Dodgers make a move like this, it often signals that something else is coming. A trade. A signing. A major roster shakeup. Something that could completely reshape the team. You have to remember, this is an organization that doesn't just react to plans. Every move, every decision, every transaction is usually part of a much larger strategy. So the question now becomes, what's next? Could this be setting the stage for a blockbuster trade? We've seen it before. The Dodgers clear space, make a surprising move, and then boom, they land a superstar that nobody expected. And with the kind of resources and ambition this team has, you can never rule that out. There's already speculation linking this situation to potential moves involving big-name players. Names like Shohei Ohtani and Mookie Betts are being thrown into discussions, not necessarily because they're leaving, but because any major Dodgers decision tends to revolve around maximizing the impact of stars like them. Imagine the pressure inside the clubhouse right now. Players waking up to this news, trying to process what it means, wondering how it affects their roles, their chemistry, and their chances this season. These are the moments that can either break a team or bring it closer together. And let's not forget the front office. This decision didn't happen overnight. There were conversations, debates, evaluations. People within the organization had to weigh the risks and rewards of making such a bold move. And in the end, they decided it was the right call. But that doesn't mean it's going to be easy to accept. Especially for fans who have invested emotionally in this team, who have followed every game, every moment, every player. Seeing someone leave unexpectedly like this can feel personal. Now here's where things get really interesting. Some insiders are suggesting that this move could actually be about long-term flexibility. The Dodgers might be positioning themselves for something bigger down the line. Maybe it's about freeing up salary. Maybe it's about opening a roster spot for a rising prospect. Or maybe it's about creating leverage for a future deal. Because if there's one thing we know about the Dodgers, it's that they play chess while everyone else is playing checkers. There's also the possibility that this decision was influenced by factors we don't fully understand yet. Injuries, internal evaluations, or even personal circumstances could have played a role. And until more details come out, there's going to be a lot of speculation. But one thing is clear: this is a turning point moment. The Dodgers are not the kind of team that makes moves like this without a reason. And history tells us that when they do, something significant usually follows. Let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. The Dodgers have been one of the most consistent and dominant teams in baseball for years. They've built a reputation for excellence, for smart decision-making, for staying ahead of the curve. And part of that success comes from their willingness to make tough, sometimes unpopular decisions. This could be one of those moments. And if you're a fan, the best thing you can do right now is stay informed, stay patient, and trust that the organization has a plan. Because whether you agree with this move or not, it's happening for a reason. Now let's talk about what this means moving forward. The immediate impact is going to be felt in the roster. Someone is going to have to step up. Roles are going to shift. Opportunities are going to open up. This could be a chance for a younger player to prove themselves. A moment for someone who's been waiting in the shadows to finally shine. And sometimes, that's how new stars are born. At the same time, the pressure on the remaining players is going to increase. Expectations are already high in Los Angeles, and now they're even higher. Every game, every performance, every decision is going to be under the microscope. And you know what that means: drama, excitement, and a whole lot of storylines. Because that's what makes sports so unpredictable and so captivating. Just when you think you have everything figured out, something like this happens and changes everything. So as we wait for more details to emerge, one thing is certain: the Dodgers are once again at the center of the baseball world. Everyone is watching. Everyone is talking. And everyone is wondering what comes next. Is this the beginning of a major transformation? Is there a blockbuster move on the horizon? Or is this simply a tough decision that had to be made for the greater good of the team? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure: this story is far from over. So make sure you stay tuned, stay locked in, and don't miss a single update, because if anything else drops, you already know we're going to break it down right here. And before you go, drop your thoughts in the comments. How do you feel about this shocking Dodgers decision? Do you think it's the right move, or is this a mistake that could come back to haunt them? Because right now, the entire Dodgers fanbase is asking the same question. What just happened?